Hey guys, this is Juicy Byte, and we're back with another episode of VR Short Bytes. This time we're looking at Far Beyond the Prologue. In this game, you are a person on board a spaceship who is the sole survivor of a decimated race, and your ship has stopped for unknown reasons. And you need to work out what's happened. Oh, seems like I'm inside some sort of cryo chamber. I have no body, but that's not gonna stop us, is it? Hello? There's a robot. Hello, bot. Hello, can you get me out of here? Hello? He's opened the door for us. I'm gonna stand still a moment. Looks like he's checking us out. Most likely, he's explaining the fact that we are just waking up from cryo sleep, and we're therefore a little bit out of sorts, not fully here and able to function and move and whatnot like that. But he's had to wake us up early because there's a problem with the ship. And he's got to give us a checkup before he can let us continue. So if we just stand still so that he can scan us. There we go. He's scanning us just to make sure that we're healthy and we're not suffering any adverse effects. Alright, we are clear. The only problem is a lack of sound. He's just going to open up the grating that holds us in place. That way we don't fall out of our cryo chamber. There we go. And he's going to take us to the bridge. Okay, that sounds good. Here we are. We're now at the bridge. We've come from there, and we're going to go through there. We've got our gloves now. They say we have 88 minutes on them of battery life. That's really good. But now we're getting this little pep talk about the fact that we are the only human being awake on board this ship. And he needs us to sort things out on the bridge. So he's going to open the door. Wow. Really bright, guys. Really bright. After being in cryo for so long. Okay. And we're going to continue in a second. Yep, over there is the control panel. But it's not working. It's not a bother, though. He's going to go turn it on for us. There he goes. Just flip a switch and control panel's up, but something is smoking. That's not good. Our battery life. We lost 30 minutes of battery. That's no good. So what he's doing is he's explaining what we need to do next. But what we're first going to do is we're going to head over to the menu area. Now, I'm going to explain a few things to you. First of all is the fact that I have no sound. Can't hear anything in the game. And I don't know why. 100% hands up in the air. Don't know why I can't hear anything. These are my controls. I've got motion controls that were in English, that my volume is all the way up. And I'll just drag this. It's all the way up. Oop. Super sampling is sorted. And I've turned off anti-aliasing shadows, and my textures are low to help the game not have any jerk or anything like that when we're playing. But I don't have any sound. So I'm going to show you what my computer settings are at. If we look at this, you can see all my sound is turned up. but for some reason, we're not hearing anything. And I don't know why. See, still no sound. And our sound here is pretty loud as well. But again, still no sound. So I'm not entirely sure what to do about that. Just have to go with it. I'm going to try and ad lib what's happening, and I've overlaid music in the background for you guys. So hope it doesn't turn you off too completely from watching this gameplay. Now, to talk to you about your controllers, these are your hands, and everything is tied to these colors. Now, your trigger turns your hand from red to blue when you use it. Or if there's something to pick up, your hand will turn green, and you can pull the trigger to lift it up. But you also have what I'm going to call the thumb button. And when you press that, you can do extra interactions, such as turn the pages of a book and things of that nature. You then have the trackpad. Now, there's two parts to the trackpad, okay? You've got what you see on the back of your hand, so you'd use your trigger and you tap things, like I did to move over here. And then you've got white, yellow, and orange for working with. When we encounter them, we'll talk about it in a little bit more detail. But you actually have the trackpad on the back, and you can tap that with your thumb. Now, sometimes you need to just tap it, and sometimes you need to tap and hold and then move it around. And we'll talk about that as well when we encounter it. Now, we have some books here. We've got the credits. We'll just leave those for the minute. We've got notes. So I just held down my trigger to pick this up, and I'm going to push my thumb button and open it. Now, this is telling us about our ship, which is called Genesis. And it's a fairly standard ship, but it's a colonization ship apparently. So let's have a look at this over here. We've got a hidden SIG. If we just pick it up and open it, let's read it. This is Father's letter. He says, "My son, I would have never thought that all of this would end this way. Our excessiveness finally defeated us. I kept warning for centuries on the risk of such a situation. I know that the settler always had expansion and exploration as a motto, but we went too far. Now we will pay the price. With this final letter, I wanted to tell you, above all, not to blame yourself. A choice was made, and you did not have a say. You are our Kape. Leave behind your feelings and your despair. Here we are already all dead. Now you must focus on your own destiny, our destiny. Never forget that you are taking our last hopes with you. Each of these embryos represent the future of our civilization, or rather of your civilization. You will be the father to all. I was able to bribe Omad to allow you to retrieve my ship. As you know, it is not the most comfortable, but it has withstood centuries, despite your old father's flying skill. I confess to you that it is a pride to know that the Genesis will be the last spaceship settler able to fly, and that will be my son, who will succeed crossing the universe and finding the promised land. I know what you are thinking. There is no pride to have been chosen to be condemned to wander for eternity with some coordinates pulled from an ancient manuscript as your only hope. I would rather die with you. But now you must learn how to go beyond your own individuality and think about the survival of your species. My son, you are now the last one. Be strong. Our memories will stand with you until the end of the stars and far beyond. Your father." So there you have it, guys. We are the last of our race, and we are carrying embryos to redo our population. Wow, that's some pretty heavy stuff right there. So let's get on with it, shall we? What I'm going to do is pull my trigger and press the white key. That brings us back to the desk and continuing the game. So what he's saying is open the command bay of the hologram. So we're going to press the yellow button. And this is this room. So this is where we just were. That's the door out. And this is where we need to go. So let's do that. Here we are. We are in engineering, or well, the desk for engineering. He's going to have a look through, see if he can find the instruction manual. We don't need instructions, do we? We don't need instructions. No instructions are needed. Yes, they are needed. Okay, we're going to open the error report. So I'm just going to pull my trigger, lift it up, and press my thumb button. See how things are going first. So everything is okay except for the solar module is at 45%. So we're not really getting a lot of energy here. And our navigation system is out of order because we don't have enough energy. Right. Okay, so let's put that down. And now we'll open the instruction manual. So press our thumb button. There we go. So it says you have a great system. Thanks for choosing us. It governs energy, oxygen, and navigation. So oxygen, navigation, and energy. It has an eco mode on it. Huh. Really modern, isn't it? There's a lot of things out there with eco modes on them now. Well, with eco mode, you can run with only 50% of the recommended power supply. However, there are some limitations. These are that your battery will not recharge if you're not in a blue star system. So we need to be in a blue star system to get power. Else we're running on battery. And right now we are running on battery, guys. When your battery runs out, you run out of oxygen. Thanks for waking me up. And your navigation system will not work correctly if it's not near a blue star. It'll need to recalibrate each time. Okay, so we can see what the problem is. We need to get this ship moving before we run out of battery. And we need to get to a blue star. So to open the control panel, we need to use 3, 4, 8. Let's go ahead and do that, shall we? So we're going to press our trigger and go 3, 4, 8. Yeah! We've got it open. Okay, buddy. Sort it out. I'm not an electrician. I don't know what to do. So he's clearly sitting there going, he can't sort it out either. Because you know why? No hands! He has no hands! So he's going to want us to do it, isn't he? He needs a hand to do this. So what we've got is, we've got oxygen, battery, and our solar panels. Our solar panels are a bit fried. We've got instructions. We're not reading the instructions. We've got a screwdriver and we've got some 2 parts. So let's pick up our screwdriver by pulling, oh, don't want that. Pick up the screwdriver by pulling the trigger. We're gonna take the screws off by pressing the thumb button. We'll put our screwdriver back down. We're gonna pull this out. And there we have it, guys. We've got, let me move away from the edge there so those lines go away. We've got our panel. So these are definitely fried. So let's take that off. Put the new one on. Take that off. Put the new one on. Put the board in. Pick up our wrench screwdriver. It's so not a wrench. Push our thumb button and put it back in. Yay! Who's the best human? We're the best human. We're also the only human. So a lot of competition for that spot. He's checking out our work. He says we did a really good job, guys. Really good job indeed. Don't you know it? But that doesn't solve all our problems, does it? Because our battery's still clicking down. We've got solar panels, but no blue light, do we? We need to find ourselves a blue sun. definitely need a blue sun, since all our circuits are sorted. So we're going to go to the holo desk. So we're going to pull out our thumb. We're going to do the yellow button. And we're going to push the holo desk. So here we are. We are at the holo desk. Our battery's at 34%. So talk faster, buddy. What do we have here? We've got an awful lot of really confusing commands. That's what we have. A lot of them. And what does he have to say about that? Well, he's going to say, this is our map. It's a lovely map. Red is sensor detection, I guess. The green circle is our sucking in the juices circle. And that blue circle is, well, a blue sun. We need to get there. We're too far away to suck up the lovely blue juice to power our ship and recharge our batteries. So that's what we need to sort out. Definitely. So what he's doing is he's telling us to select the rest of the system. We're already in the rest of the system on the galactic map. What we're going to do is we're going to take our thumb pad, yeah, the trackpad on the back, and we're going to press and hold. So right now we've got that white dot up there selected. We're going to select that blue one. We need to know how far away it is. See? I don't know how far away it is though, because he took my hands away. It's really far away. Yeah. We've got our hand back. Let's do this. Yeah, holo viewer is not working. None of these are working either. But what we have is he wants us to read the instructions on the hyperdrive. So the hyperdrive says it's insufficient fuel to do the jump to the blue star. I don't know how much fuel it needs, but it's more than whatever we've got. So we need to see how much fuel we've got. So, guys, this is a bit tricky, so I'm going to explain this. The way I get him to move on is by looking right here in the center and kind of tapping with my hand the instructions that are displayed. So that's how I got it to move. So watch this. I'm looking and I'm just going to tap it by pulling the trigger and knocking on it. That gets him to turn the dash around and continue on. Otherwise, it's just going to look at you. So we've only got 60 tons of fuel. We're at 68% battery. And the blue sun is way too far to travel to. We don't know how far, but it's way beyond our range. What is in our range is those two other white dots. And we're going to need to pick one and go there. Definitely. Don't you think so, buddy? He agrees. So we're going to use our trackpad, and we're actually going to go to the one at the top, I think. Yeah? And it's 35 tons away. We're at 60. We can make that. So we're going to pull our lever and warp speed. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I don't know how long it's going to take. There we go. We're heating up. We're heating up. Whew, we didn't overheat. But we have reached a red sun. Not a blue one, unfortunately, but a red one. Wow. Definitely hot around here. So we're here. But now we need fuel. This isn't getting us fuel. We need to somehow mine the sun, don't we? But we need to know more about it first. So we're going to use the wheel in the center, and we're going to zoom out, and then we're going to zoom back in, and that shows us the sun. Now, you notice that turning that didn't really do much, so I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to knock on it a few times. There we go. He's moved on to talking. So what he's saying is, because it's not a blue sun, the engines are not working, the navigation's not working, it's not auto-reading what the planet's about. We've got the red planet, and then we've got its info there, and then we've got our ship. We need to know more about this, and we need to know if we can dig it. But to dig, we need to make sure our digger is okay. So this is the information on our dig master. Right, let me just move a little closer. We'll have a look at it. So it is a digging machine, definitely. Right? And it's got a decent speed, only consumes a little bit, lots of fuel and everything. Looks like it's ready to go. Let's check out the Columbus. The Columbus is our probe. It's going to let us know where to send everything. Because obviously, if we don't know where to dig, we're not going to be able to do any digging and get fuel. But what it's telling us is there's something up with the Columbus, so we need to go check that out. So what we're going to do is we're going to press our thumb, and we're going to go to the orange button. We're going to go visit the Columbus. So here we are. Wow, guys, I hope you don't have vertigo, because that is a long way down, right? We've got the Columbus here in front of us with its solar panels and its digger and everything like that. And here in the dark corner, we have a board schematic telling us what makes up the Columbus. We can't read it though. So what he's telling us is to open the schematic on our hands. So we're going to just tap the yellow one. Ta-da! So this is where we're standing. There's obviously a standing point below us. Right? He's going to have a look at it with us, but he's going to look at the board. So at the top, we have a solar dish. Yeah. Then we have 3-piece sections for the digger and the cargo of what it's dug, so it can bring it all back. But he's found a small problem with it. He's going to tell us where it is. It seems the problem is probably at the solar dish. Yes, we need to go to the top and have a look at it. So pull our trigger and tap the top. Here we are. So this is the Space Shield Antenna MK1. Pretty good. We can see it's got a green light there, but there is a red light, so something's not working, which means our antenna's not going to be shielded when it goes to that really hot red sun. We're going to need to fix that, definitely. Right, so what else do we have? We have some schematics. We don't need to read the schematics. We got a screwdriver, and we're missing a tool. Dear old Dad forgot to put his tool away, I see. How could he? Right, what do you think? What do you think's caused the red button not to work? Well, the front of the panel is where the satellite lives. That's what this is telling us. But the red light deals with the battery, so the battery must be dead, clearly. We'll need to check it out, don't you think? And he agrees. So we're going to take the screwdriver. We're going to use our thumb button to unscrew it. Put our screwdriver back. We don't want to lose it. I'm going to take this off. So our satellite is so tiny, but it's okay. And the battery is red, so it's clearly dead. Let's take that out and put it on the counter, shall we? There we go. So our battery's dead. We're going to need to fix that. So how do we fix that? Well, we've got our reproducer here. It can make things for us. That is really good, isn't it? So what we have is a lot of different elements, raw resources, and various pieces. So we can make satellite dish pieces for the MK1, the MK2, and the MK3. We are MK1, right? And we can make tools. We can only make a screwdriver. So it's a good thing we don't need the other one then. But this means we should be able to make a power cell. But we don't have any resources and we've got this bad battery. So what we want to do is recycle the old battery because it's dead. Why not? So we'll go to the recycler. The drawer has opened. Let's drop the battery in and tell it to recycle. There we go. So we've now recycled. We need to print a small power cell. So let's go back to the satellite dish, select the power cell, and we can't make it. We need hydrogen and silicon because we have one iron from the old battery. So let's go up here. So we've got components. We need to make hydrogen. We need one hydrogen. Okay, it used 2 parts up, guys. Silicon, we need 2. It's going to use 10. 1, 2. Okay, so we've now got enough to make a battery. We're down to 78 components. Whew. Right, let's tell it to build. And I'm hoping that it's building. Right, it has built it. We need to go get it out of storage. So it's sitting right here. There it is. We can't grab it off the wall. We need to tell it to destock it so that we can pull it out of stock. Wait for the door to open. Anytime now. There we go. Let's pick that up. And we're going to put it inside. Hopefully it will turn green. It's now green. Let's put the rest of this back together, shall we? Thumb button. There we go. Put the screwdriver back, and all of our lights are green. Woo! We are the best human on board. You agree? You agree? So, now that our antenna is shielded, we're going to need to go get some fuel. Or, well, components for fuel, anyways. So, Bot is telling us we need to go back to Command Bay. So let's press the orange button and select Command Bay. So here we are. Oh, we're down to 21 minutes, guys. Oh, are we going to make it? I don't know. Right, so the scanner's ready. We need to send the scanner out. So how do we do it? We're going to have to press that button. So he's making sure that the bay is ready and it launches and we don't lose anything important. Right, so we're going to press that button. And there it goes, guys. Did you see it? So if we look up there, it's the blue icon heading to the planet. And it's going to spin around the planet a bit. Yeah, there it goes. It's going to scan it, get a good feel of it. Doing all right. Traveling around the planet, gathering a lot of nice juicy data for us. Right, now that we have the data, we need to figure out where to dig, since it's got its initial scans. Because that's the point of the probe, isn't it? To tell us where can we dig to get fuel. Right? What we're going to need to do is press the scanner button. Now, I'm going to move a bit closer into the table because I kind of have little short arms. Okay, they're not that short. They're like that long, right? But I found it easier. So, there we go. We have our little icon. We're going to use our trigger to grab it. And what happens is we're just moving it over the planet and you'll feel a little vibration in your controller. When you do, you need to press the thumb button. Like And if you press it somewhere that it's not going, you get a red X instead. So I'm going to lower my trigger. Now that we found the place to dig, or two actually. We now need to send the digger to these locations. But first, we're going to need to deploy it like we did the probe. Yeah? Am I right? Have I guessed right? Yes, we have. So he's going to check, make sure it's okay to be sent out. It is okay to send out. So we're going to pull our trigger and press the button. And it has gone out. So we're going to grab it just like we did the other. Hold it there. Oh, come back. And send it to one of the green markers. Now it doesn't lock in. You kind of have to move it yourself. So we can see it's got a timer. It's landed. And it's now extracting. So we can see it on the planet surface. Both up there and there. It's got not a ton. It's at 12, 13. It's doing alright. It is heating up though quite a lot. Are we gonna get 25 out of this? We'll have to see. We did. And it is full, guys. We now have 25 tons inside it. So now we're gonna have to call everything back. We have to call back our probe. So we're going to press this button and tell our probe to come home. See it on the map coming home, guys? If we look out the window, any minute we should see it. Woo! There it is! It's now in the hold. We now need to bring our digger back as well. So we're going to press its button. That's it, removing from the planet. See it on the red screen, and any minute we should see it out the window. Whew! It's into. So we did that. We now have enough fuel, guys. That was really well done. We've got 17 minutes to move on now that we have everything. So we need to zoom out the map so that we can find a blue star to go to. So there's one. I've pointed at it. Oh no. I've selected it. We're going to engage this. Oh. We've engaged the hyperdrive. Did we do that by harvesting it? Are we going to get there in time? Is the ship okay? I don't know. But we have made it to a blue sun, guys. We have succeeded. Our battery is charging. And there you have it. With a full battery, we will now be able to continue our journey. And our journey is to find this mythical location from some manuscripts that we can resettle and hopefully have our race come back and not just be little old me. But it's going to be a long trip, and we're going to have to constantly refill and deal with this. There's only so much fuel that we can have. We're going to run into all sorts of dangers, breaking equipment, storms on the planets, who knows what else. And all we've got is ourselves and this little robot here. Are we going to manage to do it? I don't know. That is for you to decide. Should you have decided to buy the game, then you'll have the answers. But this is just a short bite to let you see what to expect. Now, personally, I'm really hyped about this game. I have enjoyed my time with it, and I would continue playing it. However, without sound, that's a big problem, because I think there's an awful lot of really good dialogue probably coming from our friendly little bot, but we can't hear him, and we can only guess at what he's going to say between there And there. And that's a lot of guesswork. And a lot of ad-libbing to do. And a really quiet game. But you know what they say, you can't hear anything in space. But we're not fully in space, we're inside a spaceship. So for me, I would say not to buy it yet, and wait to see if the sound gets patched. But before you make that decision, definitely try the demo and make sure that the sound works on your computer. Because some people it works for, some people it doesn't. Well, this is been fun. If you've enjoyed it as well, please like and subscribe. And it's Juicy Byte out.